So I've got some things to bring up. So Brian asked some questions about this, which we'll come to later. But first up, we have this little thing. Anything to change down here, Eusebio?
No, there is nothing special. There was the possibility to add the bad relationship between Turkey and Greece, but it seems that Turkey has made a small step down, so there was no need to add that in the geopolitical elements.
There's a lot of water being churned up in that area, and in the Baltic. Yep.
Yeah.
And also over Sweden, lots of aeroplanes and long-range fighters and surveillance craft flying around all over the show, with Americans accusing Russians of getting really close to their aircraft and probably vice versa. Yeah, Robert. Well,
everyone is showing his muscles.
Yeah. Okay. So, right, nothing to do in the critical area.
No.
Let me come over here. It's a calendar. Stop. Okay, and I pull this up. Okay, let it rip, Eusebio.
Okay, just give me just a small moment.
Okay. Hey, Manny.
Okay, we can go.
Hey, Louis. Okay.
So on Sunday, we have nothing special. Note simply it is a bank holiday in Japan for Sunday and Monday. So nothing so on Sunday. So Monday, I will monitor the Euro-German Bundesbank monthly report.
Yep.
Then let's see the speech by Powell. Due to speak along with the rest of the FOMC board members about rule-making for the Community Reinvestment Act via satellite. No, I will not pay attention to that. And then we have Brainard, same thing, nothing to pay attention. And Williams, same event. No, panel discussion, let's forget. Just a small word here about the members of the FOMC. Of course, Powell is the chairman of the board, but whenever Brainard is speaking, you have to pay attention to what she tells. She is a woman, and she is perhaps one of the members of the board who has the most influence after Powell. And so when she says something, pay attention. I would not be surprised to see her in the future to be the chairman of the board for the Fed in the future. So she's very, very influent.
Hey, Mandy. And hey, Louise. Okay, so Japan's still on the bank holiday. Right.
Yeah, and then we have the bell talking also, due to deliver a speech titled The Australian Economy and Monetary Policy at the Australian Industry Group Conference. No, let's forget.
Okay.
So, no news on Monday. On Tuesday, we have Bailey speaking from the Bank of England.
Where is it? Here we go.
Due to speak at a webinar hosted by the British Chamber of Commerce. So no important at all. Then we have, let's see, we have again Powell. Powell testifying. This is something to monitor, because this is not a speech, this is a testifying. So monitor. Then we will have then we have a big one in red. Yeah, the flash services PMI and the flash manufacturing PMI for the Aussie and the yen, they can be worthwhile to be monitored, but yeah, monitor.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks.
Usually they have no importance in the market. Then a big one in red was the Kiwi. the official cash rate, of course, major plus higher time frame plus, and the rate statement.
Okay. And Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I will monitor the German GfK consumer climate. Then we have Mester speaking at 9 a.m. Yeah, a lot of news which have never importance.
Yeah, it's quite a small news week. It's about 60 items this week, as opposed to nearly 100 last week.
Mm-hmm.
Mester, where's Mester?
Mester, yeah.
Okay.
Due to speak at the Chicago Payment Symposium. No, let's forget. Then we have to monitor the US dollar flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. And then we have Powell. So simply monitor.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we have, again, Powell testifying, so to monitor, of course.
Okay.
With the COVID, yeah. Okay, and then we have to monitor the crude oil inventories. Then we have Quarles speaking.
I think it's... Okay, Quarles.
At 2 p.m. on Wednesday.
Yep.
Due to speak about the economic outlook at the Institute of International Bankers, probably interesting but not important at all. Then we have the Kiwi trade balance, major higher time frames.
Yep.
And monitor the Japanese, the yen monetary policy meeting minutes.
Done.
So that's it for Wednesday. Thursday, we have I will still monitor the yen core CPI year over year.
Yeah, it did a surprise a few months back. So, okay.
Yeah. Then monitor, yeah. Then we have the policy assessment. So another red group. So with the Swiss SNB monetary policy assessment and SNB policy rate. Yeah. So major plus higher time frames.
So these red ones are ones that you could hang around and hopefully get some. If you're not trading at all that week, just watch out for these ones because they're most likely to make some sort of movement as a result.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then for the ECB economic bulletin and the German E4 business climate, simply monitor.
Okay.
Then I will still monitor the US dollar unemployment claims.
Yep.
Then we have a lot of people speaking. Bailey, first of all, due to speak at a webinar hosted in the Northeast England Chamber of Commerce. Let's forget. Then again, Powell testifying. Okay, this is to monitor. And then Mnuchin, due to testify, so monitor.
What happened? Okay, let's try that again.
Then we have to monitor the natural gas storage, and then we have, William speaking.
Yep.
Due to deliver opening remarks at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York Conference on Economic Inequality via satellite. No, let's forget. And that's it for Thursday and Friday. We have the Euro M3 money supply major higher time frames. Sorry. I will monitor the Pound Bank of England quarterly bulletin. And then we have as major the US dollar core durable goods orders and durable good orders month over month. And then we have William speaking. Due to speak about the COVID-19 job market at a webinar hosted by the University of Rochester. No, let's forget.
Okay.
And then last remark, we have the daily saving time shift in New Zealand, so no impact for the rest of the world.
No.
We are entering into the period when we will have the daylight saving time
Yes.
shift.
And I will not be able to answer any questions regarding the the time zone shifts that are required for here, because you're going to have to watch it for this one. So some of these will jump around. Generally, it's just London and Frankfurt moving in relationship to the US one way or the other, and check Tokyo. But if you really, really aren't sure what's going on with the time zones when it comes up, come over here to Forex Factory, click on the Forex Factory symbol up here. See, it's pretending to look like a factory, what a factory building looks like, and then scroll down to the bottom here to see when they open and close. But it's best to do this when the markets are live. Trying to do it on the weekend, it just messes up your brain. Definitely screws mine.
Chris, just a remark. This session hours depend on your own time zone. You see on the upper right corner of the screen, there is the clock. And so this depends on how you have parameterized your clock.
Okay, so I always try, no promises that I have, set this to Eastern Time with daylight savings on. So when this changes, it goes back. Okay, right, what's the difference between the US Open and the Wall Street Open? Futures versus stock market.
The Wall Street Open is the stock market. The US Open is the Forex market, and the Wall Street Open is the stock market and the futures market. But it's a little more complex because there are always pre-market sessions, but with low volumes. So the main moment are the US Open and the Wall Street Open.
Okay, and we've been through, there's no change on that. So, okay, once the session is finished, I'll update the spreadsheet. We've got some other bits to do in here first. So let me pull this over. Let's pull this over. So, top 10. Here's the top 10 list. I'm not going to show it today just because of time constraints, but it's reasonably easy to calculate the top 10 list. Okay, so here are the top 10 out of the 28 majors that we've got. Looks like the ranges are beginning to tighten up again. We'll see how it goes, but not much movement. And we're still including these ones, Eusebio.
Yeah, so, that's perfectly correct. Yeah.
Yeah, these ones were kind of quite choppy last week. I haven't looked, so some of them would have been hard to trade perhaps. If you're finding that you can't handle the swings or the sudden movements, which was more in play when things really jumped around back here, when things were three times as more volatile, then we put these ones up as being just as, almost as good money-wise movements, daily range, but smoother movers. And you could still play with that. It's not as good as it was, but it's still worthwhile. And just bear in mind that these ones here that we're saying were large, where there were three, are about the third of the size they were about 3 or 4 years ago. So the markets have gotten really quiet. Okay, so I've copied these over and put them over here, where Eusebio will now do a magic trick, where he picks out from the top 10 the items for a particular day. So let's do this, Eusebio.
Okay.
So on Sunday we've got nothing, and on Monday I'm just looking for the majors, so we've got no majors there either. So on Sunday we have...
So on Monday we will have the pound US dollar or the pound yen.
Okay.
Then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
and then the pound Swiss or pound CAD. So exactly like last Monday. But it's a coincidence.
Yeah. Okay. So for Tuesday, we're looking for stragglers from Monday, anything after 5 p.m., so nothing. And on Tuesday, we've got nothing.
Nothing. So we will have exactly the same choice as on Monday.
Okay. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, we have leftovers from Tuesday, which is the Kiwi.
The Kiwi, so Kiwi, okay.
That's it.
Okay, so the first choice will be the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie. Then the second choice will be, let's see here. It will be the pound US dollar or pound yen.
Correct.
And then the pound Swiss and the pound CAD.
Okay. And so now we're looking for Thursday. So leftovers from Wednesday, there is the Kiwi.
The Kiwi, so Kiwi here and here, okay.
The Swiss.
The Swiss, okay.
That's it.
Okay, so the first choice will be the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
Then the pound Swiss. We can choose the pound Swiss or the pound US dollar.
Okay.
Pound Swiss or pound US dollar. And then the pound yen or pound CAD.
I want one of these. Okay, and for Friday we have nothing left over from Thursday, and we've got the euro.
The euro, so euro, okay.
And the US American dollar.
US dollar, okay.
That's it.
Okay, so we will have the pound US dollar or the euro US dollar.
Yep.
Then the pound yen or pound Swiss.
Yep. Oops. New currency.
And then, sorry. Eliminate the pound yen or pound Swiss, Chris, please. So the first choice, as I have said, pound US dollar or euro US dollar. Then the euro yen or euro pound. Euro yen or euro pound.
Yep.
And then the pound US dollar or pound yen.
Okay. So, and I'll just put these ones a bit smaller. Each day then, when you're picking out, rather than jumping around 10 pairs, you now got a list of 4 to jump around, and hopefully they're going to be reasonably good movers. If these ones don't work out for you, they've all got pretty much equal weight, then drop down to the lower list. If you're finding that these are just too jumpy or not moving for you, then these are the next ones to go for, and these will be on the website. How to use this is, okay, here we go, the incantation. For anything that's marked, there's very little this week, but with a major that applies to M5 timeframes up to H4, don't place any orders 1 hour before the news comes out. Get out of them within half an hour of the news coming out. That way it protects your account in case some surprise comes out at the news time, and it won't impact your account and make you actually lose money that you've been saving up for. For standard people, if you've got plenty of scale-ins, then you can take off some of the scale-ins so that you're protecting your profits as opposed to only your hard-earned account money. And that applies to the same as well. For people trading higher time frames, then the same rules apply if there's an H4 next to it. So things with H4, you don't need to worry about the majors, but for H4, don't place any orders 1 hour before, get out of them within half an hour. And the monitors are there for things to be aware of. Have a look at, see what's actually happening. What does Powell say? If you're trading crude oil or something like that, then be aware of it coming out then. Items, there's a bit of a nuance here. There's always nuances. News coming out on the US, the euro, or the yen are really important, and it can impact any pair that you're trading. So just be aware treat what I've just said about the half hour and the 1 hour on all pairs, if it's coming out on the euro, the yen, or the US dollar. If it's coming out on the pound, you'll just have to monitor this. But if it's coming out on a smaller currency, like for instance the Kiwi may not impact on the euro or the dollar or the yen or anything like that. It's only a small currency. So if you're trading something that doesn't have the Kiwi in it, or its cousin, the Aussie, then you don't necessarily need to worry too much about the news coming out, and you can trade straight through them. Having said that, well, okay, the Kiwi, the Aussie, the Swiss, the CAD, and I'm sure there's one other, are all regarded as small currencies. So if there's news coming out on one of those, it may not impact any of the other currency pairs that you're using unless they're actually in it. But like I said, having said that, I have seen news come out on the Kiwi which made the pound dollar jump because it was such a surprise. So they can still do stuff, especially a cash rate. I think that was the last thing that made the pound dollar jump, and the euro dollar, and just rippled right through the market quite quickly. So still be aware of them, but for most times you can just afford to sit through the smaller currency ones if you don't have that currency in the pair that you're trading. Okay. Any questions? Presume there's not. So save this, and we're saved. If you have any questions, or you think we made a mistake, or want something